Tennessee, J.D., you're on the Savage Nation. What's on your mind, my friend?
Hey, Mike, long time, man. I've been listening to you for I don't know how long. Can never get through because you're the hardest working man in show business. But
love it. Well, what made you call? What made you call tonight?
One-Armed Frank is the #1 stunner in your book. Man, I was in the military, and I had a guy that I knew, man, and his breath was so stinking, man. I'm talking about his car smelled like his breath. The interior in his car smelled like his breath. Even in the cold, we was trying to ride with him in his car. My car broke down. We had to let the windows down in his car.
And wait a minute, you're not saying he had one arm, are you?
You couldn't take it. And when you roll the windows up, it's like it was embedded in his interior. Everything, man, you could smell him 10 feet away from him. That's how bad.
But I want to ask you something. I'm not being cruel in any way. Did he have one arm?
No, sir. But I'll never forget the guy. This guy was from North.
Oh, no, but he had a breath on him that I say was a medicinal problem. Like you had to go to a specialist to cure this.
I don't know what, Mike, but his breath smelled like a sewer. It smelled like a bag. I remember.
Well, hold it. J.D., did you get the book yet? J.D., can you hear me? Did you get a copy of the book yet?
No, sir. That's reading.
Well, you're going to... Hold it. Don't go away. Stay on the line. I'm sending you a free copy, but I want to read you and ask you if this is what you're talking about. I said, in those days... So One-Armed Frank was a very sweet guy, but he had sick breath. Now, I want to tell you, there are bad breaths, and then there are very bad breaths, and then there are medicinal problems. This one had to be solved with a medicine that hasn't been invented yet. I remember one winter my old man was dropping Frank off at his home. Frank was in the passenger seat, and I sat in the back. It was -4 degrees out, but we had to ride with all the windows open. Did you ever meet a person like this? Whenever he spoke, the car filled with a nauseous fume. Are we going past the meat factory? No. Did we run over a small furry creature that got caught in the muffler and the smell shot up through the floorboard? Did I step on something? No. I mean, I took my shoes off. No, but it was only Frank talking. Okay, J.D., no, don't go away. I'm sending you a free copy of Psychological Nudity. Everybody loves that story. They don't understand it, because I think that was before mouthwashes. Nobody, J.D., that's another interesting side story here. In my father's generation, a man would not use a mouthwash or a deodorant. You know that?
Yes, sir.
If a guy used an underarm deodorant in my father's day and a mouthwash, you know that they felt he belonged in San Francisco.
Man, you're the best, Mike. You're #1 in the nation.
No, I mean, if they caught a guy and they went in his bathroom, let's say they had to use the John, and they saw a roll-on deodorant and a mouthwash, they never talk to him again.
Man, I haven't seen this guy in years, but I'll never forget him because of his breath. Man, I've never smelled the person's
Hey,
mouth.
J.D., let me ask you something. Are you a musician by any chance?
No, sir. But I do.
But you sure have a musician's sense of humor. I got to tell you that. J.D., a free copy, Psychological Nudity, going out to you in Tennessee because you made me feel so good and laugh so hard. I got to tell you. That's a great call. That is a great call. You see, we can transcend politics, race, generations, all with what? The miracle of humor, the miracle of communication. It is a miracle. It's a miracle, and I'm gifted. I know it's a gift.
Yes, it's me, and I'm in love again. Had no love and say, you know when. You know I love you. Yes, I do. And I'm saving all my love in jail for you.
That's fine. Just life is what it is. And we go on. And we're going to have Obama as the president late January, and the women on with the Weather Channel will still be wearing bad clothing, and we'll still be laughing and having fun. What are you going to do? You can't let the world, beat you up. I want to go back to something that came at the beginning of the show today. A young guy called, and he said, you ought to do a whole hour, a whole show on how to raise children. And I said, look, just love them and really love them, and everything will work out. Just do the right thing that way. But there's a lot of things that could be said about a lot of topics that sometimes are best left, unsaid. There's no hard and fast rules about raising children, as there are no hard and fast rules about good talk shows. There are no rules about great music. There are no rules about a great sportsman. There are no rules about so many things that really are an art, not a science. And that's why I say raising a child, going back to that very important point, is both an art and a science. But it's the toughest job in the world in the sense that you have to be consistent. And given that we all have ups and downs in our life, and we have moods in our life, and we have terrible things that happen to us that we want to shield from our children, the best thing is to not shield them from your children. I'll tell you that as well. Now, there's a conflict in here in that when a couple fights, very often they're told not to let the children hear or to see it. I don't believe that that's a good idea. It doesn't mean you have to drag them into the screaming and the yelling, which, of course, is very Mediterranean anyway to begin with. I don't know that the old school guys hid when the wife and husband had a screamer, that the kid was suddenly sheltered. I think they yelled and screamed, and if the kid heard it, he heard it. That's what went on. That's all. And then life went on. Somehow the next generation, they got married, they yelled and screamed, they stayed together. Today, because the kid is not exposed to a couple having it out with each other and then the next day they're together, the kids, if they get in a relationship, 2 months later, if someone raises a voice to them, the other guy, they break up already. Why? He yelled at me. Or he looked at me the wrong way. We're getting a divorce. Why is that? Because they think it's abnormal for the husband to look at them the wrong way, to yell at them, or the vice versa. She looked at me or she yelled at me. She didn't respect me. I'm divorcing her. She's not a good wife. That's nonsense. That's why I say, look, I have my own way of looking at things, and maybe it doesn't apply in today's world. But maybe it should apply in today's world. Maybe you should give some thought to some of the things I'm telling you, which is fundamentally, let's get back down to brass tacks. As in my book, Psychological Nudity, it's mainly perspectives from another generation, I might say. But these are our values and stories that transcend generations. They transcend trends. There's no trend in what I'm telling you, whether it's on the show or in the book. It's my life, plain and simple, spread out before you. Take it for what it is. They're very entertaining, and that's why I try to do the same thing on the show. Today was one of those out-of-the-ballpark shows. I can guarantee you loved it today. I know you did because I loved it. I didn't drag. Why? No more Obama, no more McCain, no more Bush, no more election, no more fears, no more nonsense. I'm free. Free at last, free as a bird. God bless America. God bless talk radio. God bless the Founding Fathers. And good luck.
Yes, it's me and I'm in love again.